Hey, we're about to start the show, and you know the drill. If you've been here before and you have something important to share, please add a capital letter Q to your comment. And if you are watching live for the first time, please let us know by writing the word new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Enjoy the broadcast. Well, I haven't looked out the window, but looking at all these comments having to do with the sun being out make me so very happy because it's being cloudy, it's being cold, it's being chilly, and it rained last night. What the hell was that? Were you caught in the rain? I certainly hope not. Oh my God, I'm itchy. And I'm Paco, but you already know that. This is Coffee and Headlines. Good morning, everyone. Saturday, February 17. The weekend is upon us. The sun is out. I think about you. And I break into Sondheim. I love it. How is everyone today? I have news for you. There are news to share, some interesting, some classy, some not so much. I have kind of a correction to make. I didn't say anything inaccurate, but I think I was heard inaccurately by a Californian. So we get to talk about that. And today, let me tell you, well, I was not so excited to hear from the Californian. I got the best piece of email I could ever get today. Well, not the best, because nobody's offering me money on this email, but I got the nicest, sweetest email from Monzón Brewery or Monzón Brewing. I know that I'll get it correct once we start talking about it, but we're going to shed a lot of love in their direction because they're onto something that I think is truly wonderful. So, because I know you're all itching with anticipation, let us start with the news. And we start with our favorite mayor. It turns out that Mayor Michel has found a loophole to run for mayor again. That's about as much time as we want to give this news item. Thank you. This is slightly more interesting. The Puerto Vallarta's Department of Culture has submitted its proposed activities for the current year, and these have been approved. We don't have a lot of details at this time as to what the Department of Culture has in store for us beyond some of the usual events we see through the year. But one big piece of news that they announced is that this year, Day of the Dead activities will be extended even more days than the previous year, which seems to indicate that the government is paying attention and has realized that Day of the Dead is a big seller among visitors and locals. So I think it's a great thing that the government is taking advantage of this because so many people love celebrating Day of the Dead, and I love pushing my mute button when I'm about to cough. Hang in there. Oh, that was friendly. or not really. Anyhow, let me continue with one more bit, two more bits of news. The municipality of Bahia de Banderas has announced that a seafood fair will take place at La Cruz de Guanacaxtla's main plaza this coming February 24th and 25th. The event will bring together members of the fishing co-op, several restaurants and schools, and there will be cultural events and food and booze tastings, all kinds of things. So if you are in Bahia de Banderas, if you are in La Cruz, or you live here in Puerto Vallarta and you want to go spend the day, this seems like a nice opportunity to do so. And did I say it poured last night? Oh my goodness. At least in my side of town, I happened to sneak out to Whiskey Kitchen for a quickie with friends and found myself stuck there for a while, unable to come home, or rather unwilling because it was so freaking cold. Well, cold to us locals, of course. But most amusing to me about last night's rain was the headline from Noticias PV, which I'm referencing here. The headline stated that last night's rain came and went without relevant or unusual or important incidents. Of course, then the news went on to report that Francisco Medina Asensio Avenue was closed off to traffic to unclog the storm drains around the CEPAL offices, but clearly flooded avenues and clogged storm drains are no longer unusual. In reality, those of us who live here in Puerto Vallarta year-round know this is the norm, but certainly not in February, for crying out loud. Of course, now it's sunny out there, or so they say. Now, is the cold front gone? I don't know, but let's find out what snarky weatherman has to say for today. And here we go. By Cirrus Sagging Tits, it's sunny. I'm going to have to Google Cirrus because I don't remember who that is. Anyhow, it's 22 degrees right now. Humidity is at 79%. And our weather forecast for today seems to indicate, hold on, that we will enjoy mostly clear skies throughout the day, a chance of rain of only 5%, a high of 25, and a low of 18. So it's still on the cold side. Then tomorrow, Sunday, clear skies throughout the day, a high of 26 and a low of 16. I'm going hiking up the mountains tomorrow, so I hope it's not muddy. And then, of course, on Monday, we begin the work week with clear skies throughout the day, a high of 26 and a low of 17. So it's still on the chilly side, at least for those of us that are used to Puerto Vallarta weather. But what can I say? I enjoy the winter. I'm not so crazy about the rain, but I'm sure that the surrounding trees and mountains enjoyed it. Now, what do we have next? Oh, yes. Yes. So a lovely Californian reached out to me. You may recall that yesterday we announced that it was World Syrah Day. I didn't find any Syrah in my path, I might say. I did find a couple of glasses of red wine at Whiskey Kitchen. But a lovely Californian person with a lovely disposition wrote to me, having lived for over 40 years in California, wine country. I had to check on Google, and I was correct. The most widely planted grape in California is Chardonnay. The most planted red is Cabernet. Syrah comes from further down the rankings, certainly not number one, as you said. In Australia, it's number one, but Australia is far from California. Well, all of this happens to be true, but in all fairness, what I said yesterday is that the Syrah is the most widely planted Rhone varietal. So we did not actually say that it was the most widely planted grape. We simply stated that it was the most widely planted French grape. So we learned something new. I hope lovely person from California, learned something new as well. And of course, speaking of good manners, oh, not yet. We have one more before we talk about good manners. Help! Grand opening today, free samples. I went in to check out this event this morning that we mentioned yesterday that said there's free samples today in Versailles, but we don't know of what. We don't know of where. Well, we know where, but we don't know what's being opened. And I actually did happen to look at one of the comments, and one of the comments by the organizer, Colleen Crane, said blue corn tortillas. So this may be a new tortilleria. This may be a new restaurant. This may be a new shop. We have no idea. All I can tell you is that today, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., there's a grand opening in Versailles with free samples. And this is, my friends, not the way to do a Facebook event in my book if you want a lot of people to show up. Now, here's the good manners. And I need to tell you about this email that I received this morning from Miranda, who is one of the co-founders of Monzón Brewing. And why am I so excited about this right now? Well, you will find out when I read the email in a second. But I've said it before, and I'll say it 1,000 times. I love when a local business or businesses find creative, out-of-the-box, different ideas to promote themselves. So the email that I got from Miranda reads as follows. Hi, Paco. My name is... Oh, she started by saying hello. That is so refreshing. Hi, Paco. My name is Miranda, and I'm one of the co-founders of Monzón Brewing. I wanted to make sure you knew about an upcoming event. So she said hello, and she's sending us a reminder. Points. What is going on? Well, she went on to say, for leap year, 6 bars in Colonia Emiliano Zapata have partnered to sponsor a bar leap. And you're probably wondering, what is a bar leap? Well, she goes on. The mission is simple. Visit all 6 bars and order the item listed on the map, which can be picked up from any participating bar day off on 29th of February. That's when the event is going to take place. And winners will receive a prize envelope with goodies from the participating bars. It's a great way to support small businesses in our hood while enjoying some tasty drinks. What better way to spend an extra day of the year? So far, points all around. And then she goes on to say, the bars participating are Oasis, The Tunnel Bar, El Soñador, Bar La Playa, Twisted Palms, and Monzón Brewing. That's 7 bars. That's probably 7 cocktails. Oh, we're going to be so shit-faced, but what fun. And then she gives me the her contact information. And then she wraps it up by saying, thank you for considering telling your followers about this event. Cheers, Miranda. I mean, how could one not support a kind message, a person that took the time to say hello, and a person that takes the time to say thank you, and a person that gives you enticing details? I mean, if everybody organizing events in this town was that creative and that thoughtful, we'd be living in a different place. I tell you, good luck with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 bars? That's a lot of cocktails, but I'm tempted to go just to see how much my liver behaves properly after all that drinking. But seriously, great idea. Good points for this event. I hope it is truly successful. And needless to say, we'll mention it again. Why not? And we will put all the information in the show notes. Now, you tell me, because this will help other businesses. Does getting this amount of detail in a Facebook event make a difference to you or not? When event organizers are thoughtful with detail, does it make a difference to you or not? Please add a capital letter Q to your comment. We want to send a strong signal to restaurants, bars, event organizers that, the more you nurture your target audience with details, the more successful you're likely to be. And to make a point, we're going to mention this bar leap over and over, and we're going to hope that they are successful. The end. Moving right along, did you know that we have the prettiest Oxxo in all of Mexico, or so they say? That's right. It is located along Highway 200 South between Mismaloya and Boca de Tomatlan. And what makes it pretty? Well, the ocean view. And why do I bring this up today? Well, because it turns out that right before Valentine's Day, Oxxo launched a challenge for couples to submit their romantic stories. Couples that are wanting to get married to submit their marriage or romance love story, and the winning couple would win the opportunity to get married at the prettiest Oxxo in all of Mexico. And what do you know? It happened. Apparently, the Oxxo brand managers chose the story of a lucky couple over all 300 or so submissions they received, and granted the lovely Genaro and Alondra the opportunity to become the first couple to ever get married at an Oxxo. And there were friends and family, and there was music and all the shebang, and I'm sure there were people waiting in line to recharge their telephone bill or whatever. No, seriously, I didn't get an invite, but I hope they did well. And if you haven't seen this Oxxo, all you have to do is drive down the highway, and you will find it there. Last but not least, So Many Versions is happening on Thursday. This is our slightly brainy but very important presentation on the art of interpretation in classical music. We will ponder how it is that composers communicate their intentions as to how their music has to be played in public. And we will look at some exciting and not so exciting examples of performances that went strange because they were performed in an unusual manner. So if you want to know a little bit more about classical music, we're going to listen to some very well-known pieces, and we're going to look at some versions that went very well and others that didn't do so well. I think it's going to be fun. Of course, this is taking place on February the 22nd. This will be on Thursday at the Joint as usual. And now, let's see what's on your mind. I was so happy to get that message from Monzón because kind messages make my day. What can I say? That's all I'm going to say. Enough, Paco. Enough. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Many good mornings, and we appreciate those. I'm excited for the weekend because I have a lot of stuff to crochet. La. So much sun, says Pat. Yes, I love it. I want to feel it on my shoulders. Boom, ba-da-dum, bam, bam. Many happy wishes. Thank you very much. Oh no! Logan says the night of the lights went out. At the Palm, was thoroughly enjoying Roy Cruz's incarnation of Freddie Mercury at the Palm again. When after maybe only 5 or 6 songs, we all found ourselves in a total blackout, made for a memorable night out on the town, to say the least. Wow. That would be a bummer if you don't have a generator. Albert reports that Juarez was a river last night. And Michal, who was with me at Whiskey Kitchen, says, I took my shoes off to cross Francisco Villa last night. Ooh, caca water on the feet, and it must have been cold caca water. But I'm glad that you made it home okay. I was able to cross my street without major incident. I was cold, but I slept under one of my blankies. Oh, I was about to write, Albert, just kidding. Albert says, I mean, Morelos was a river. Fake news, sorry. No problem. We can make mistakes here. We can confuse our varietal grapes and whatnot. Oh no. I was invited out to Rhythms of the Night. We boated out there, ate dinner, and it was raining so hard they canceled the performance, and we boated back. You know, I do feel sad for people that are visiting because, after all, I'm sure, Pat, that you'll have a chance to go back at some point. But, you know, you can't compete with Mother Nature. When she decides to do whatever she decides to do, there's nothing we can do about that. Did you get the literal rain check? No pun intended, says Christine. I love it. I love it. Hola, Paco. You mentioned something about a seafood festival in La Cruz. I cannot find the information. When you get a moment, could you send me a bit more information? Thanks for all you do. Well, you know what, April? I don't send out information. What we do, and we do very happily, is after every broadcast, we publish show notes. And the show notes get published on our website. And what they consist of is every single headline that we report on. So in about 20 to 25 minutes, you will see us publishing on Facebook that the show notes are ready. So you're going to click on those, and that is where you're going to find the information you have requested. I do apologize if I sent out personal messages to talk about things that I already talked about. We wouldn't have enough time to put together the next day's program. So do check your show notes, and I hope you enjoy the event. And look at all of you liking details. I really hope that people that organize events were aware of this. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Do forgive me for not reading out all your cues, but I gotta think of something to send a message to event organizers, because I'm so glad that you're on my side, or we are on the same side. You know, it is so much fun to go to events when you know what's coming and what to expect. Let's see. By the way, good luck to Gina at the chili cook-off today. Yes, today there's a chili cook-off going on. And tomorrow is the final for So You Think You Can Rise. I am going to a fun dinner tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to that. You know, I'm going to take time to read this one because it's the last comment of the day, at least so far. This is from our friend Jess. Hello, Jess. Jess says, details require effort and intention, something that is often lacking in all aspects of life nowadays. I think it's a good indication of a well-run event. Thank you. Oh, and of course, Marie says, oh, please show us a picture of it. And I have no idea what that refers to. So that is a perfect way to end today's broadcast. Thank you very much. It is the weekend. Yay. What am I doing today? I'm prepping for my presentation on Thursday. I'm staying at home all day long, and I'm crocheting, and I'm enjoying a little bit of R&R. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Thank you so much for your feedback on details on events. I am going to find a way to purpose your valuable feedback into something that is nurturing for others. And I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you'll stay dry, warm, happy, sunny, and I hope to see you again on Monday. Have a good one.